Hey, how's it going, comic fans? So, I'm just messing around today. I'm working on a female character for my comic book. She's formerly she works for a corporation, and and she did like kind of their dirty work, but she was very brainwashed, and she of course starts out as kind of like a bad guy, and the more she finds out about the main character, she starts to revert over to like the. It's almost like she goes from like, if it were Star Wars, she goes from like the Empire to the rebel, the resistance, basically. You know what I mean? The rebels, and so there she is. She had the only thing I'm not liking. I mean, it looks really cool. You know what I mean? I'm just sketching. This is just a sketch, and it looks really cool so far. Uh, Except for me, the armor looks almost kind of medieval. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It's. I mean, uh, I guess I could. It could pass. I guess I don't know. I mean, she's got. I don't know how well this would work out, but I have two double barrel side by side semi-auto pistols with an action on each side, so both shells would just be coming out everywhere. I don't know. Tell me what you think about that. I've never seen it before. I was just like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if it was a because there's already I've had her for a while. She was a two since the '90s. I've been drawing pictures of her, and she always had two pistols. But since then, there's been a lot of characters, a lot of females and characters with two pistols. So I thought give her two double barrel pistols. So when the action goes back, a shell comes out of each side. The clips, the bullets would be side by side in the clip. Now the problem with that is or maybe the handle itself is the clip, and that would cut down on the amount of material that would be in the handle of a gun like that. Maybe the handle itself has a built-in clip, you know what I mean, or something like that. But and you just load them in somehow. But the thing is the issue with that is having to you wouldn't be able to have very big rounds, or the handle of that gun would be it'd be like that big around or something. It wouldn't be very comfortable hanging on to. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I know what I could do. I know what I could do if the handle was separate from the clip. So if it had a separate clip feed, and make it a bigger overall pistol. But either way, she right there. She's got. You could do like 360, and that'd be pretty bad to get hit by that. But you could do 360 or 380, side by side out. Maybe even two 9mm. I don't know. I don't think so. You'd be pushing your luck. I mean, but or you'd be pushing it with the not your luck. You'd be pushing it with the size of the handle of the gun. But anyway, I thought it would look cool. So she has two double barrel semi-automatic pistols, and she has these ridges on her armor. They're not blades. They're just hard edges and points made out of some kind of synthetic material that's really hard, and or something like that, or maybe they are metal. I don't know, but they're not bladed. They're just like a hard ridge right there for close combat, for hand to hand combat. You know what I mean? She can smash you with like one of these points, and she has them on her kneecaps, and she has them right there on her. You know what I mean? In case she wants to clip somebody with the edge of that. You know what I mean? So it wouldn't cut you, but it would hurt, it'd break bones. It would give you a better chance at breaking bones and stuff like that, and causing fractures and really injuring people. Basically, she has a short sword. I have a kind of a picture of her from behind, but just a little sketch. But she's got a short sword and a regular, katana, and 2 pistols, of course. And it's not bad. I read you her again. I'm just messing around, and then I have this right here. I think that looks a little Japanime-ish, but I can I can manipulate it from there. But I think that looks pretty good. I'm probably gonna sketch her from a bunch of different angles on this page right here. She works for a corporation that was that basically, it's an evil corporation. But she's kind of brainwashed. She lives in the cities, and she goes out into the outskirts, like, to track down criminals, but kind of like along the lines of what's that movie? Man, I'd like to watch that. Maybe I'll look for that tonight. What's that movie with what is that movie with Christian Bale? Christian Bale, where he plays it's where you're not allowed to have feelings or emotions. You know what movie I'm talking about? And you have to take this every day you have to take a pill that shuts down your emotions. And one day he doesn't, he somehow skips a dose. Christian Bale does. And then he starts feeling emotions and everything. Like, he wakes up and he looks out his window and he sees rainbows and the rain coming down and everything. And now he doesn't just see it. He starts feeling endorphins and what some people would call your kundalini or whatever. You know what I mean? That kind of spiritual feeling, wow, when you're looking when you're just stunned by the beauty of nature and stuff. And then he starts thinking into his past and how he turned his own wife in, and his wife got killed. His wife was put to death and all that. What is the name of that movie? I can't think of it. I'm going to look for that tonight. It might be on Netflix. Really good movie. But anyway, yeah, so she's like that. She lives in the cities. And she just kind of grows up into it all. So she's corrupt, and she starts tracking down Nutjob, because he's running around out in the wilderness, basically out in the outer lands, or whatever you want to call them, outside the Pendon, basically giant FEMA camp cities. And that are 1984 basically, and where everything's rationed, and you're monitored constantly, told what to do. And so she starts finding out more about him, and then she eventually turns to the good side. Is how it works. I want to say maybe even they have a love affair, but I haven't really gotten into that part yet. She has a love affair with Nutjob. And I haven't come up with a name for her yet, but or a code name anyway. But I'm getting there. So now she helps the resistance, basically, is how that works. So she kind of pops in and out of the storyline. I really think she came out good. I was watching actually Art Thibert Inc. Vampirella. You know what I mean? As part of the influence for her features and her hair. But if you look at pictures of her that I did back in the 90s, I can assure you she already looks kind of like that. But I just really like Art Thibert's style and the way he handles things. He's awesome. So other than that, yeah, I just wanted to pop on and let you know I'm working on some female characters, and I'm just taking a break. But I'm gonna pretty soon have the cover and page 1 and page 2 all polished up and ready. I'm just getting everything ready for I'm getting as much material as I think I'll need for like, you know, an Indiegogo if I want to if I decide to go that route. I don't know how it's going to go. Once I get everything done and I start investigating around and feeling things out for how well I think an Indiegogo will do. If other, especially, I might start asking other big channels if they'll help. If they'll help give it, shout it out and stuff like that, and see. And if they ignore me and I can't get any traction that way, I might just keep doing the art on my own and just publish it myself somehow, like you print it per order or something like that, sell it publicly. I guess I don't know if there's going to be conventions or not. I got to start looking into that. Are there any conventions that are actually going to happen this year? Conventions. Art's on right now. Art Fiber's on right now. I might go watch them. So comic book conventions. I want to see if there's not any. As soon as there's conventions, I can start going to conventions too. If there's ever. I know there's like no concerts or anything. Does anybody got the answer on that? If there's any conventions or not? Comic book conventions. Canceled. Annandale, Virginia. That's coming up. That's in like 3 days. Says that's not canceled. Are you serious? Texas canceled. Kentucky canceled. New York, North Carolina canceled. Tampa, Florida. Hero Hype, Tampa. That's on June. Man, I can't believe it's already June. Wow, it's June 20. That's on June 20th. That's still Munich. Oh yeah, well that's Germany. Canceled. Where's that? Boxborough, Mass. Looks like July. Northeast Comic Con and Collectible. Is this one still happening in Massachusetts? Looks like it. Who's going to be there? Trying to read up on artist and animator Philo Barnhart. Oh, he's worked for Disney. He designed Ursula. Oh God, did a good job. What a wench. Let me see. Okay, he's done a lot of stuff. Dragon's Lair. What, the video game Dragon's Lair? It was a long time ago. Yeah, the Black Cauldron. This guy was working for Disney back when like the Black Cauldron came out. The Secret of Nim. All right, so there's, I don't know, I guess there's going to be, I don't see a whole lot of like Patrick Reed. Not seeing very, what about artists that are going to be there? But I don't know. What I really care about is how big of a convention is it going to be? Like how many people are going to be there that I could sell comics to, or comic book art. Oh, I don't know. All I'm saying is, if I don't feel like I'm if I don't feel confident about any kind of Indiegogo release, because as everybody knows, if nobody knows about your Indiegogo release and don't look for it or are directed to it, it's probably. I mean, even if I made a few grand though, it would be better than nothing. It would be I'd have a few grand towards another issue, an issue number 2. I'm just looking at stuff here. Sorry if I'm boring you, but I'm looking. It's just admission. Okay, here we go. Artists. Who's going to be in Artists Alley? I might have to hit this place up. Jim Steranko is going to be there. He's a magician. He's an escape artist and a historian. Yeah, Jim Steranko, Keith Williams. Keith Champagne, how are you? Joe St. Pierre. Wow. There's going to be a lot of. There's going to be quite a few. I'm just reading Emily Druin. Sam Sawyer. She's from Phoenix. She created the animated series Salem. Story of a cryptid. That's pretty cool. I've created some cryptid characters. What is this Emily Druin done? She's a professional illustrator, comic book creator, art educator, and founder of KidsCon, New England Comic Con. In Nashua, in Portland. She enjoys teaching kids cartooning and as well as drawing. So, all right, there is a convention coming up here in July, so hopefully maybe I can be ready with it, or ready for it with some art, or at least some promotional stuff to lead people to promote promote my website or something. So anyway, yeah, I just wanted to come on here and talk about this female character that I'm working on right now, and I should be having her showing up in the storyline. I don't know if she's going to appear in the first issue. I didn't plan on having her written in, but I should start drawing her just so that I can get used to it, because I'm probably going to, she's definitely going to be featured in some of the storylines. So anyway, yeah, thanks for joining me. This is Kingdom Comics, over and out.